Good morning, everybody. It's about 8:30, and I'm having a really good morning so far. Woke up about 7:30 and got the tent packed up. So I've got breakfast made, which is breakfast sausage and egg scramble, which is really good. I've got coffee here, and hopefully we'll get packed up and on the water fairly quickly. The water did end up rising another about 6 inches last night, so that's pretty interesting. Hopefully the extra water will help us get through this back channel without hitting the bottom too much. And yeah, just an absolutely beautiful morning. Okay, so it's a little after 10 o'clock and I think we're about ready to take off. I've got everything loaded. I was able to clean everything up, which was really nice. Everything was very muddy from that rain day the other day. So yeah, it worked out really well. And the interesting thing is we have about a mile of this little backwater that flows behind this island and then it dumps back in the main river again. So looks like I get to do some actual hand paddling through this section because it's going to be way too shallow for the pedals. So just a little something different. Okay, we're off and flowing down this little side channel. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to have to hand paddle. So crazy enough is that there's actually a rock wall on the backside of this island. So they must have had to truck the rock across this little island. It's not very wide, but there's no way they got any heavy equipment back here. There's one on this side too. So I honestly have no idea how they got this rock back here. Once we got past that kind of quick shallow spot there, it's really deepened out and gotten a lot slower. Just like that, we're back on the main river. There was just one little section that I had to hand paddle, so that's pretty nice. Coming up on the town of Rouleau, and there's a beautiful old railroad bridge followed by a highway bridge on the other side. We stopped at the Rouleau boat ramp. Luckily there's a nice little dock here, and just kind of topped off on water, got rid of trash, was able to use the bathroom, so it was pretty nice. Okay, and just like that, we're off. Once the nose catches the current, whips you right around. Passing by mile marker 497. So we're down below 500 now, on our way to zero to St. Louis. Got a pretty good chunk of wood floating beside me here. Nice rotten log. So it's a little after noon now, and for lunch I have menu 8 meatballs and marinara sauce and a Pepsi. So an exciting milestone is we are now out of Nebraska and into Kansas. So Missouri's been on this side for a while, but we are now done with the state of Nebraska, which means we can now camp legally on either side of the river, which is pretty exciting. So another state down. Starting to sprinkle. I don't think it's supposed to last long, luckily, so we'll see. It's about 3 o'clock and we've just been moving down the river. There's good current and we've had a slight tailwind, so that's been kind of nice. And other than that, not too much is happening today, just making miles southward. There's a big dirt bluff up there behind those trees. Seen it coming for a couple miles. And the trees are getting a lot bigger the farther south we go. The river has rose several feet from the big rain that we had. And most of the rock shore is covered now. It's underwater, and a lot of the wing dikes are underwater at this point. So that's new and interesting. You can just hear the water rushing over them. You can't really see them. So there's an underwater wing dam there. You can see where the water kind of goes nuts as soon as it flows over it. Just a beautiful day out here. The hills are starting to grow and get taller. Got some beautiful tree covered hills here and a couple of barges loading rock. So this is pretty interesting. I don't know how well you can see it, but there's actually a barge moving upstream with a load of rock. It just got loaded at the quarry here. Looks like it might be coming up to this other barge, which is pulled off to the shore and tying a full load of rock to it. First barge of the trip I've seen actually moving. So it's the Daisy Bell and the Johanna here with getting rock for to rebuild the sides here, which is pretty interesting that they're dropping a loaded barge off and probably gonna get another one filled. River's kind of going crazy here. All because of the barge. So as long as you keep your speed up. There's a bus turned over on its side. I don't know if it was swept down river or what happened, but had a bit of a cloud front move through and it's kind of cooling things off. No rain, luckily. It's all to the east of us, but definitely a lot of dark clouds. So interestingly enough, I'm actually going straight north at the moment. The river does a bend north and then turns again south towards St. Joe. So just a direction I haven't gone in a very long time. So there's the confluence of the Nottoway River. Never heard of it, but just another one adding a little more water to the river. There's a sign that says Skyline Gutters, just stuck in the sand along the river. I don't know who's advertising for gutters out here, but that's rather weird. So it's almost 7 and we're looking for a campsite. We passed a couple that weren't exactly ideal, and now we're hoping to find one. But the other interesting thing is there's a rock bluff across the river, which is one of the first ones I've seen. So that is pretty cool. All right, I think we've landed for the night. We're on this little spit of sand here, and interestingly, there's a dead gar sitting right here in the sand, about a 3-footer. So that's pretty cool. Fortunately, someone had a bonfire and did not clean up after themselves. So there's a massive skull of a flathead. That was a big fish. And another gar. So I don't know if the people camping here caught these and left them on the bank, or if they floated up afterwards, but you know, it's a shame that this is pretty common. Well, it's nearly dark. We got the tent set up and supper made, and about to escape into the tent. Okay, so it's about 9:30 for supper. I ended up having chicken pho, which wasn't bad, except that I managed to spill it all over the place as I got in the tent, which was just lovely. So I got to clean that up, and it's mostly cleaned up. So hopefully I don't have any mice problems since I spilled food all over the tent. So yay. But other than that, I'm just editing the video here, and I think with that, I'm going to say good night. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.